Fanatics Fest is the real deal experience. Oh my God, Jake Paul, the kids love him. And then you have the legend Mike Tyson.
I got Jake Paul knocking him out.
I love Mike Tyson. He's got
Iron Mike Tyson. When are you ready? Buck!
And we've had an accidental headbutt. I heard
Jake Paul seems pretty relaxed.
okay, because I'm like, you can't run in this.
I don't want any more of this. Mike Tyson.
After months of hype, jaw-dropping face-offs, and endless social media banter, the impossible finally happened. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson faced off in the ring. The battle took place at the legendary AT&T Arena in Arlington, Texas, and it lived up to all the expectations. Jake Paul held his own early on, but Tyson's iconic power came out of nowhere in round 6, ending the fight in explosive fashion. When the bell rang, the entire stadium erupted with excitement. Jake Paul came out looking confident, stepping into the center of the ring like he had no fear of the man across from him, Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson, on the other hand, remained cool, calm, and collected, showing off his years of experience in a methodical stance. Jake started strong, using his jab to keep Tyson at a distance, showing off his footwork and staying light on his toes. But Tyson wasn't just going to sit back. He began closing the distance slowly, inch by inch, trying to get inside Jake's range. By the middle of the round, the tension was palpable. Jake landed a few solid shots, but none that fazed Tyson. Toward the end of the round, Tyson unleashed a quick combination to the body that got the crowd roaring. Jake stayed composed, but you could tell he was already feeling Tyson's power. In round 2, Jake came out with more aggression, knowing he had to make his mark early if he wanted to have a chance. He used his jab effectively, keeping Tyson at a distance, and even landed a solid overhand right that got the crowd on its feet. But Tyson wasn't intimidated. The veteran boxer took a more strategic approach, slipping Jake's punches and closing in, landing hooks to the body and trying to wear Jake down. Jake's defense was solid in the early minutes, avoiding major damage, but Tyson's relentless pressure began to show. By the end of round 2, you could see Jake starting to breathe a bit heavier, as Tyson's bodywork and pressure started to take a toll. Round 3 saw Jake attempt to pick up the pace, throwing more combinations in an effort to overwhelm Tyson, with speed and volume. For a while, it worked. Jake landed some solid shots, including a sharp right cross that caught Tyson's attention. But Tyson, being the legend he is, absorbed the punches and kept moving forward. Tyson walked Jake down, countering with thunderous hooks to the body. Midway through the round, Tyson landed a brutal left hook to Jake's ribs that visibly rattled him. Jake tried to shake it off, but Tyson's impeccable timing continued to shine. Every time Jake tried to reset and fire off punches, Tyson would slip inside and land punishing body shots or devastating overhand rights. By the end of round 3, it was clear Tyson was starting to take control. In round 4, Jake's fatigue started to show. His footwork slowed just a bit, and Tyson began to stalk him more aggressively. Tyson cut off the ring and forced Jake into uncomfortable positions. Jake kept throwing punches, but they lacked the same pop as before. Tyson was waiting for his moment, bobbing and weaving like a man half his age, slipping past Jake's jabs and landing his signature power shots. Around the 2-minute mark, Tyson rocked Jake with a powerful uppercut that sent shockwaves through the arena. Jake stumbled but stayed on his feet, showing resilience. The crowd sensed that a knockout was coming, and Jake was clearly in survival mode as he clinched Tyson more frequently to avoid further damage. Round 5 saw Jake on borrowed time. His energy levels were dipping, and Tyson kept coming forward with that menacing intensity. Jake tried to keep Tyson at bay with jabs and occasional flurries, but Tyson wasn't having it. He knew the end was near. Midway through the round, Tyson launched a vicious assault, pinning Jake against the ropes and unleashing a combination that had the entire arena gasping. Jake absorbed most of the punches, but couldn't avoid everything. A brutal hook to the body sent Jake reeling, and Tyson followed it up with a lightning-fast right hand to the temple. Jake somehow stayed standing, but it was clear he was running on empty. Tyson continued to press, landing short hooks and uppercuts on the inside. By the end of the round, Jake was just hanging on, his strategy having shifted from trying to win to merely surviving. Then came round 6, and this is where the fight ended. Tyson came out with laser focus, knowing he had Jake on the ropes. Jake, exhausted, tried to muster whatever strength he had left to fend off the heavyweight legend. He threw a few wild punches, but Tyson easily dodged them, keeping his eyes locked on Jake. About a minute into the round, Tyson saw his opening. Jake let his guard drop for just a split second, and Tyson unleashed a devastating right hook that crashed into Jake's jaw, sending him down to the canvas. The arena exploded, and Jake tried to get up, but his legs wouldn't cooperate. The ref started the count, and although Jake made it to his knees, he couldn't beat the 10 count. Mike Tyson had knocked Jake Paul out cold, and the fight was over. After the fight, Tyson proved once again that his power is timeless. At 58, he still had the ability to knock out a fighter in his prime. Jake Paul had put up a good fight, but in the end, there was just no stopping Iron Mike. As medical staff rushed in to check on Jake, Tyson stood in the center of the ring, his arm raised in victory. The fans were on their feet, chanting Tyson's name as his legendary status grew even larger. The aftermath of the fight set the internet on fire. Reactions to Mike Tyson's knockout of Jake Paul were absolutely wild. Social media flooded with memes, hashtags, and hot takes right after the fight. The hashtag #SleepyJake trended worldwide alongside Iron Mike Forever, as Tyson proved once again why he's the greatest of all time. The memes were relentless. Fans and celebrities alike couldn't stop talking about the fight. Drake tweeted something like, "Never bet against a legend," while Snoop Dogg posted a clip of the knockout with the caption, "Lights out, young blood." Shaquille O'Neal even chimed in, saying, "Mike Tyson still got that dog in him." So, what's next for Jake Paul? While he got knocked out, he's proven he's serious about boxing. He could bounce back and target other big names in the sport, or maybe he'll return to his influencer roots. Either way, Jake's willingness to step into the ring with one of the greatest fighters of all time deserves respect. There you have it, fight fans. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. The fight lived up to the hype, and Tyson's legendary power proved too much for Jake. What did you think of the knockout? Did you see it coming, or were you just as shocked as the rest of us? Drop a comment and let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to Boxing World, and I'll see you next time.